Hi, I'm Marloes Hollands and I help business owners grow their business from a place of joy and abundance. And I believe that creating abundance in your business and growing your business, creating results, is actually a quite simple process. Everything starts with one, knowing what you want, just being clear on your goals. Two, clearing the blocks that prevent you from reaching your goals. And then three, strategizing your plans. So this doesn't sound too complicated, but what I see happening both in my own life and businesses and with my clients and other business owners is that we complicate things in all sorts of different ways. First of all, when we try to think about what we want or set our goals, we often don't really do the things we truly, really want. I believe every human on the planet has a mission here, has talents, and there's something, a soul's calling that you are meant to do here. And I've seen that when you align your business goals with your soul's calling, you're actually creating the stuff you really want or the stuff that you were supposed to be doing. But often the goals that we set they don't really come forth from our soul's calling or the things we really want. They're influenced by what we think we need to be doing, by expectations of others, by what we think the market wants, what we think will be most easy to create. So we actually don't really choose to do the things we want. And you might say, no, that's not me. I've said that. I've tried to create things in my business that didn't work. And then it takes reflection and a deep dive into who you really are, what you really feel called to do, meditation maybe, journaling, to find out that you're not specific enough and that you're not setting the right goals for your business yet, which is when it won't be working. I've seen it over and over again with my clients. And then the second step is that you really want to bring everything to the surface that is holding you back. The biggest problem, I think, is next to not being clear on what you really want. And then again, I believe you have a soul's calling. And the minute you align your business goals with your soul's calling, I believe you get help. You get help from the universe. You may call it God, angels. You get help. You'll be supported. So everything that's aligned will be supported. And then what I see is that people too quickly want to strategize. The main problem in general is that we strategize too quickly. So my clients in my group programs, my mastermind programs will ask me, so what do I need to do now? And so the clients also for my VIP retreats that I run here in France, business retreats, they think we're going to work on strategizing the business, which we will, but I always start with getting very clear on what they really truly want. What are the goals that will be supported by the universe or your intuition or your guidance? And then before we strategize, I really want to find out what is holding you back. How are you blocking all of this from coming your way? And this isn't the easiest part. And then what I often hear, and you may say this, things will come up that aren't new to you, like that you're playing small because, and there's a number of reasons for this. And then my clients tell me, yes, but I've done a lot of healing work on that already. I've already done all that, so that can be it. I hate to say this to you, but forget it. You will never be done. You will never be done healing the stuff, healing the wounds, healing old things that happened to you, changing your limiting beliefs, changing your entire belief systems. You will never be done. And here is why you're not supposed to be done. I believe we go through spirals in our personal development, and I think growing a business is the biggest personal development journey you will ever be on. So every time you run into a roadblock or you run into something, you heal a little more. And then the next time it comes up, you will have to heal again. You will have to work on it again. You'll have to look at it again, but you're on a new level, right? You're on a new level. So it is an evolved version of you, and you're healing a little bit more. And I believe you're never really done. Because when you step into your next level of your business, when you're aiming higher with your goals, when you're growing your impact, you will reach new levels as well of all those limiting beliefs that you hadn't seen before because you weren't aiming so high. So they will come back, they'll come to the surface, and all they want. So the only reason this happens is for your soul to heal so you can really live your soul's calling. So live with it, accept it. You'll never be done healing. When you resist that, when you think you are done, you're not growing anymore. And this is why you're not supposed to be done. Because when you were done, you would continue to do the things you know. You would create more of the things you know. And then you're doing what you've always been doing, and you're not growing anymore. And the whole idea about you, your business, life, and the entire universe is expansion and growth. So then, this is so important. Look at what's holding you back. And I am often, my clients and I myself, when I do this for myself, I surprise myself and my clients surprise me with what comes up. And then they tell me, I really hadn't seen this. And then I say, no, because you haven't been here before. And you need this loving container, maybe a coach to help you with this, to look at this and find out what it really is. Because you, when you do it yourself, are going to want to resist this. And then you're going to not want to see this. So you need someone to do this with you. And this is something that's a great part of what I do in my programs and in my retreat here in France. And then when you've done all that, then you can look at, so this is what I want. I've cleared my blocks and I've accepted that I'll never be done, so I'm continuously doing that. Then you strategize your plans. And that, my dear friend, is never going to be done either. Why? Because the world is changing. I have seen so much change in how we do business and how we find clients. I see old structures not working anymore because they're way too manipulative. And that's good. I think we're evolving to a much more integrous way of doing business. And I think it's possible. I've always done it this way. It's definitely possible. But when you strategize, you are going to have to be willing to make mistakes. You're going to have to be willing to make mistakes even in front of other people so that they really see that you've gone wrong here. And then you need to be open to learn from them, get yourself up again, pick yourself up again, and move on and try something else. This is how you grow your business. So as you listen to this, you may hear it's more about personal development. It's not so much about knowing the strategies and implementing them. So my big invitation to you is that you're open to accept this beautiful journey of personal development as you grow your business. It really is the only way. You're doing a great job. You'll never get it done because you will continuously evolve. So you will even continuously change, being specific on what you want, so the things you want will evolve. So it's super important that when you hear it's starting to feel it's starting to be off, that you find alignment again. You don't have to stick to what you said last year or last week when you feel it's getting out of alignment. I always say #alignment first. Then continuously work on clearing your blocks, and it's an ongoing process. You'll never get it done, and you're not supposed to, because then you would stop growing. And then when you strategize your plans, continuously try. It's trial and error. Don't be afraid to do it wrong. I have learned the most from the many mistakes that I have made in growing my 2 businesses since 2007. I wouldn't have been in this place if I wouldn't have tried new things, totally messed them up, picked myself up again with, rebuilding my confidence and just, I'm going to try something else because this is what my soul's calling is asking me to do on this planet. I said yes to it, so go. It's not about me. It's about the difference I'm here to make. And it's not about you. It's about the difference that you're here to make. So I invite you to continue on your journey every day. Just do one thing or do whatever you can to make this world a better place with the beautiful work that you do.